Happy New Year's, everyone, and welcome back to whatever the fuck this is. So, I don't know, I was thinking at the end of the year I really wanted to, wrap everything up, and I think, I really just wanted to, I don't give a fuck who watches this, first of all. This is really more for me. I just kind of, wanted to review the year and, what happened in it, and hopefully I can watch this again next year and, I don't know, maybe learn something from it. Doubt that, but we'll see. So, a lot of crazy shit happened this year, and, I guess let's just start at the beginning of the year. So, for the first of the year, where was I the first of the year? I don't remember the specific day, but I do remember, it was right after we'd actually just, I don't even know if anyone knows about this because I haven't really talked about it a lot on, YouTube or social media at all, but, I went and lived at the Grand Canyon for a year, and, that was one of the coolest, most surreal experiences of my life, and I kicked myself because I didn't document any of it because I didn't feel like making YouTube videos at the time because internet up there was impossible to get. But regardless, that was last year. So we actually unfortunately left our jobs at the Grand Canyon to come back down to Buckeye. We wanted to come back down for the New Year's and Christmas. And so we just left. It's kind of a dick move now that I think about it, but we felt like we had to at the time. Otherwise we weren't gonna get to see everyone for Christmas and New Year's, and it doesn't matter, but we were down here. And for New Year's, we just kind of sat around the house, not doing anything. Oh yeah, at the time, we were supposed to have a place set up to live. We were gonna move back up to northern Arizona. We were trying to go to Prescott. And what ended up happening is a few months went by after New Year's, and the place never got back to us. So when we ended up calling them and asking hey, we're supposed to be living in an apartment, a couple months ago, what happened? They just told us that the people that they had that were supposed to move out just renewed their lease. And so we paid a $120 holding deposit on the apartment for absolutely no reason, because they gave it away to someone else anyway. So yeah, that kind of left us high and dry. Oh, but don't worry, it wasn't the first time that happened that year. So, from there, we then, we decided that we wanted to go live in Cottonwood, of all places. Because we still wanted northern Arizona, and we thought, oh my god, a small town feel. So we moved up to Cottonwood, and we didn't have anywhere to stay at the time, but, we were gonna work there and work up enough pay stubs to satisfy the whole pay stub situation. Not knowing, however, that for some reason everywhere in Cottonwood wanted you to have at least 6 months worth of employment history, and we didn't have any. We could have quoted the Canyon, but it had been 4 months because of them dickheads in Prescott. So now we found ourselves in this awkward situation where we didn't have pay stubs to prove that we had a job, but we had enough money to pay for an apartment, and we didn't have anywhere to stay. So that's actually where I ended up working two jobs. They were both part-time. I was working at Wells Fargo, and I was also working at Home Depot. And both of those were pretty easy jobs. I ended up dropping Wells Fargo though, because fuck being a teller, dude. Ooh, that shit's bad. For many reasons. Because I'll go ahead and give you at least one reason. You're dealing with people's money. So like, people get fucking cranky all the time when they're dealing with money. But then on top of it, Cottonwood is like a retirement community. So like, everywhere around there is 65 plus. So you can imagine a bunch of crotchety old people live there. So you're working with people's money, plus they're crotchety old people. Made for a bad combo. I still continue to work at Home Depot. I was a supervisor there, so I had to do less work, and it was nice for the time being. But regardless, whew, got me fucking heated. No, I'm lost again. Oh, okay. So we were saving up pay stubs for an apartment up there. We found this place that was supposed to be government-assisted housing. So what that meant is you had to make under a certain threshold to move into the apartments, and you needed 3 months worth of pay stubs. So at this point, we were struggle busing, man. While I had my job at Wells Fargo, I could afford to pay for an apartment, or not an apartment, hotel for us. But that, I mean, it still sucked. It was a hotel, but it was somewhere, it was like, had 4 walls. It was nice. But then I couldn't keep working at Wells Fargo. I couldn't do it, man. It was brutal on me. Alright, I know where I am. Don't worry, I got it. So, we were waiting for this one apartment that was government assisted. So, we were turning in our pay stubs every week, and at this point, yeah, we were just living in hotels for like nights, and then camping. We were sleeping in the car. All the while we're busting our asses at Home Depot. Like, we're pulling all kinds of shifts just because we need the money. Because we didn't have anywhere to put food, so we also had to like order fast food all the time. But anyway, so after all that happens, we save up enough pay stubs, we give them to the lady. She calls us to tell us that we overqualify for the apartment by like $200 a year. Like, if you put that into perspective, it's not at all a lot. And like, they couldn't waive it, they couldn't make an exception. It was all because we wanted a 2-bedroom apartment for 3 people, and we were just making too much money, which was a weird problem to have, considering. So then after that happened, we had no clue what else to do. And so at this point, we had maxed out all of our credit cards. So like, added up, we had like $4,000 in debt. Plus we were paying a car payment and insurance. So like, we were just fucking broke, dude. So at that point, we decided to move back to Kayla's parents' house. We did that for a little while, and then we found an apartment here, actually in Phoenix. So, we decided to apply. We got approved, and then we came to come see them. And so, when we saw the apartment, and I mean, we really didn't have a choice at this point. We just needed something, and we couldn't keep living at Kayla's parents' house because it was just like stressing everyone out and whatnot. So we move in August, and we've been here since. It's now 5 months at the new apartment, and it's nice. Honestly, it's the best thing we could have hoped for because we kind of signed up for this blind. We like signed up for, or we applied, we got approved like next day, and then they were trying to move us in like the day after that. So we thought it was shifty as fuck, but it ended up being really nice. Everything is renovated, and all of the appliances are new, and internet's good. It's in Phoenix, so it's like hot as fuck outside, and there's just a bunch of people everywhere. So, I mean, trade-off, I'd much rather have a cool place to live with good internet. And I also started posting on YouTube. I also got my first gaming desktop, and I'm super proud of it. So yeah, how was your guys' 2018? Go ahead and leave that down below, as well as New Year's resolutions, because I made them, so you should too. I don't know. That's if anyone wants to comment on this. It's fine if you don't.